Just gonna rate to those viewers, preferably with this one people that want to chat. I don't have a lot of energy or things to talk about, but I'm open to chatting if people comment, for the most part. And I have a meeting. I can't make it happen sooner, unfortunately. Sometimes I can make it happen later, a little later, like, by 15 minutes, half an hour. But I can't make it any sooner than in the next 45 minutes approximately. And the dog's already just asking to be let in now. Just went out a few minutes ago. He's already having another Tuesday. It feels too early to send him upstairs. This evening's been a bit iffy, that's for sure. But we can get back to the greatness that it can be. That dog's had his face in the snow. Okay, I've already fed you. Go eat, or just don't be distracting. Okay, sweet potato. So people can skip ahead to get to the content or check out some of the other videos. I'm gonna wait. You don't need anything. Go lay down, please. He's been walked within the past couple hours, his usual times. Everything. He's spoiled. Yeah. Chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not. Shh, please, go lay down. It's not pleasant to listen to you whining, and I'm not in the mood. So go lay down. He's not a very good listener sometimes, though. Sometimes, like, oh, weird. The ones that don't chat. Just kidding. Yeah, the only way would be to message her boss and ask her to have her call me earlier. But since we're talking about tonight and it's evening, her boss probably has gone home for the day. If she was even there at all today. Still kind of the holidays, and maybe she doesn't work every day. I guess I do have one sort of topic that I do and don't feel like I need anyone currently watching while I'm rolling to say it necessarily, but I'm still more appreciative when there is. It still feels nicer. Like I'm not just talking to the screen and nobody there kind of thing. I know people could see it afterwards, but that's not during. So, yeah, basically what that thing is, though, is I hardly ever get coupons in the mail. And, it seemed to happen more when I was in an apartment, which is funny because I was talking to someone earlier about apartment, not in this because I haven't been rolling very long, but about not missing my apartment living days for the most part, just kind of some things about my life back then. Um, and yeah, we used to get them more there, I feel like. Uh, I was getting deposits. That was actually almost mostly what I was getting. But every now and then we get them at the house. So this gift card that I want to give to a homeless person was given to us, and it's a place that we're not likely to really go. Although now that we got these coupons, I kind of want to use one and maybe go through the drive-through. I don't drive, but I could be with somebody, kind of thing. Um, but I so no, but the person didn't give us the card empty. I'm pretty sure, uh, uh, and we haven't used it. But there could just be like $10, which is a meal, and we got 2 packs of NW ones and 1 pack of McDonald's ones. So I figure I'll just give them most of them. You know, I don't eat. I mean, first of all, I know a lot of people would say it's not that healthy, and I guess it isn't. But I don't really eat a lot of that stuff anyway. Which would I first want, the chicken? Don't Go, lay down, please. See, I just kind of lightly tapped him with my foot, and he didn't. You know, he knows he's being annoying right now. I know the one time I did this. Um, and I know I said I wasn't going to stream, and I really wasn't going to, but I was a little stressed and I had this extra time. And normally, G would be finished doing what he was doing around now, and I haven't been downstairs for that long. And we'd have dinner and watch stuff, but kind of staying away from each other at the moment tonight. And yeah, so um, yeah, just got me a bit stressed out about something. But yeah, one of the same experiences I had last time when I was waiting for a call. Good sitting. But I'm still not going to give you another thing because you already had one tonight, talking to our dog for a moment. But yeah, so I do want to save my energy for the call though, because not because, you know, this is how I necessarily want it, and it isn't only, but it's largely going to be me. Like, it's going to be me introducing the topics for the call. So, you know, because it's kind of whatever I want to talk about kind of thing. Which is, you know, this morning's one was quite active in the chat, but you know, it is appreciated. I also would like to be on the other end of the. I'd like to be the one making the calls to support people who are feeling isolated or struggling with their mental health or whatever. But and I know that they pay for the thing and all this and that, but it's you know, who knows what, but most people don't know that. But you know, it's actually the process of doing it. It's like I really need somebody. You know, the whole application process. I really need somebody doing it along with me. I think. You know, I don't know if for that and that only, maybe the in-person could be an option. I mean, she's obviously mine to say. I know I'm not. Yeah, that's the thing. The other person should be, but I am, and she knows it. But I don't want to send you up there yet. You know, sometimes when G goes upstairs for an hour before bed, the dog will go up there with him. But it's not an hour before bed yet. Anyway, but yeah, so but then I remember what the guy that I talked to previously in the program told me about what some people struggle with. And like, you know, I'm pretty open to talking about a lot of things on here. Hearing about people going through relationship, like dating relationship type of stress, that makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. And again, I would say empathy and counseling. You know, empathy, understanding, open-mindedness. Yeah, that's all I really got for that. But self-harm is another one of those topics that I don't want to look at. You know, I do and don't understand it, and it would be better to go to somebody else for that. But most other things, and if there's any dog trainers that see this, I mean, he's still kind of young. He could stand to get out of a couple of his habits, tell you that much. Shh, please. I think part of what it might be is I have a little bit of my dinner that I didn't finish that is sitting on the table here. So I'll put that in the fridge so you don't have to think about it. I got, but I think you did do the second picture, right? So, no, it seems to be just that the dog knows I'm podcasting and he wants to participate. I don't know what it is, you know, and I like a bit of privacy for the most part. And, yeah. But nobody's really saying much anyway yet, so. Yeah, I'm going to save my voice because I don't have a lot of energy tonight and I really need it for my meeting. But if somebody's here and they want to chat, I'll do it. Whew. We're talking about 2 days. I know sometimes even that seems like a lot, but like I can wait till then to contact what's her face. I don't know if I need to bring that up with her. It's like mother would probably be similar. Brian probably has a lot more opinions than he said about the matter. As far as the one I heard today about it, I think we both disagree with it. That's the first part. There were parts of it, and I kind of said a little bit of it in the previous video that I kind of did agree with, but most of it, nope. And yeah, it was nice that Kathy liked being, or Carol rather, liked being around us, and may want to see us again, but we don't have to, and I don't think it's super likely that I'd connect with her again. It's a little bit awkward because it's that. So. I don't know really why this opened when I had to reopen my one window because it closed, and well, that would be a reason, right? Most likely, and it let me do so, but it opened two other tabs in a window first, and one of them's a blank tab, and the other one looks like Kenny G playing guitar, but I don't know if Kenny G ever played guitar. There was a funny Kenny G coincidence that happened recently though, on a post in a group. Somebody reacted, whose name was Kenny G, and then something else, and there was a weird connection with something I saw later that day. Um, yeah. I don't know, we might not even talk for a full hour with it. It is a little bit tricky but when I'm podcasting, I want to keep it plugged in, and this is where I'm likely to do it, especially, sometimes I don't mind standing while I'm rolling, but not for very long with my neuropathy and that kind of thing. Um, really, I'm seeing if this is going to be much of a conversation. If it is, great. If it's not, then it's not. If you've watched up to this point, unless it's much longer than this, much longer than about 14 minutes, I'd say check out my other live streams. I appreciate hearing from you there. I don't know if there's going to really be much happening in this one, but at the gonna give it a couple minutes. Like I can't build this up super long unless I stayed rolling during. And who I'm talking to is anonymous. Some people don't like to stick around if I'm on the phone. Usually it's not for super long. This could be close to an hour. And sometimes it's the same kind of stuff I'd say on here, so usually I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be rolling if I did, I guess is the thing. Shh. But, okay. But yeah. So, and it just, It didn't when I left that window, but I had to get it back to the spot it was at before I left. Now I did say the 15-minute mark. One of the reasons I didn't get up is because somebody tuned in right then. So I didn't really, but they left by the looks of it. So um, I do and don't want to connect with G right now. I do and don't know if he knows, because I'd forgotten at first, and I was like, no, the 29th is familiar. Okay, better get to it. Maybe there's more after what I just saw there. That because I feel like there was. Oh no, I think it's just about right now. I really have a lot to talk about, or that I need to talk about with her. So it actually might be a shorter phone call than I realized. I hate to do that, but I could say, you know what? That's not to say that, in a day or two might not be different. If she's available, then maybe. I think I'm going to send you up there because you're being annoying. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Here I come with the topic. The topical topic. That I might talk about on more than just this occasion, but I don't want to forget it. But there's nobody here watching right now. But at the same time, we are only 18 minutes in. But at the same time, I also didn't really make it sound like this one was necessarily going to be that interesting a video. You know, some of mine get into some interesting topics, that's for sure. But this one, oh. The radio is almost hearable. She could have called earlier. Could check that off the list, but what can you do? This could even be a song idea. I'd be curious if anybody knows any songs kind of related to this theme or topic idea. But also, I should maybe write one or collab with you and maybe make one. So now that I've said that, like, I don't know, there might be people that are watching this far in. It's not 28. I thought it said 28. It's only 20 minutes in. I'd still rather. I've got. It's about 20 minutes ish. Pretty close to that. To my phone meeting. So. You know what I'm gonna get? What I'm gonna say is okay. I'll say it. So, one idea that I have for a topic could be how a lot of us struggle to get through a day. What does that mean for you? And then I could say what it means for me. Um, you know, some days more than others. Heck, some people struggle to get through a few seconds of a live stream before they click away. Because that's why I said it, because somebody just tuned in and they're already got it. They're like, I don't relate to that. I like every single day that I have before me. It's a gift from God and I'm thankful. You know, they didn't say that, but yes, okay, sure, maybe you could say it is a gift from God and it's good to be thankful, but seriously, you don't struggle? Pardon me. A human activity. When I was under the weather, but, you know, being at home recovering and also, somewhat my usual, minus the under the weather part, it was even worse that, oh, God. Oh, I just didn't know what I wanted to do on my device. I wanted to keep that up for the call. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And yeah, I feel mixed feelings because even though, I did a good podcast earlier today, watching that one, I'm not really sure what happened. I talked about it a little bit in my previous one, so if he sees this, you know, again, try to do it kind and respectfully, but it was on my mind, and I used it as a bit of inspiration for the topics anyway. So, but yeah. Um, so, I don't think one's neck should crack that much. What do people think about chiropractic? And that question I asked earlier, even if you see this after it's live, you can still answer it. That's another filmmaking idea I could also do. I mean, I kind of do it with the podcast, the live streams anyway. But, I love the day in the life. I've seen some very, very short ones, and that's not your full day. And even I don't do that most of the time. I do half sometimes, though, or close to half. But I like that concept, too. Yeah. Although it'd be hard if somebody else was filming it not to want to interact. But I mean, not that it's necessarily bad if they do. Huh, there's a little difference in the darker, too. But, and as far as the being ready, like I said, I have no way of contacting her. She has to contact me. As far as being ready, I mean, with our transit system, she works actually kind of late. I think she said she worked as a front desk admin somewhere, and usually that's only till 4:30. But she works until she gets home around 6 or 6:30. Well, so yeah, she probably would have been. And it's not like it's the holidays and she's doing a bunch of other stuff afterwards, and so she's probably at home. Very likely watching the clock as well, saying, "Okay, I got 15 minutes till I can give him a call." Say, "Call me now." You can call me now. should I state the other thing? We're this much in, but somebody might watch the rest, watch it later, or skip along and come to this part. It's true. I'm quite worried about. I mean, I don't want to be asking for money. And it's not the greatest thing, but I don't know what would be better to use. So that's what we use. But you know, I know a lot of people are struggling. But I mean, if anybody's able, we'd sure appreciate some donations because it's a certain thing that's transpired. And you know, it was like I was stressed out. I guess the like talk helped a little bit, but still, you know. And then it got a little bit better, and then something kind of came for a circle, which actually wasn't entirely a positive thing, but maybe a little bit. And then I think that was right before Christmas, was it? 2 or 3 days passed. I kind of forgot a bit about it for the most part, not entirely, but. And then the things that have happened, which honestly, G and I both aren't that happy about, connected to some business matters. Um, but um, I think I'm more unhappy about it than he is. So it's trying to keep the momentum going, but there's nobody here, so I'm gonna just wait. Okay, I didn't want to hear myself saying too much anyway because, like I said, I'm talking a lot during the call. You know, considering that he's been not distracted and up there doing what he was otherwise going to be doing for the past 15 minutes. Well, he does it for a full hour, his fitness thing. So I'm thinking, if he started at 7:30, 7:35, he's going to go to 8:30, 8:35. And that might be as long as my call is anyway, so it works. At first I thought that time was moving a bit faster than it is. Doesn't feel like it, but no, I thought that he was going to be finished a bit sooner. But ooh, I don't know how to get that. What's that? Cover there. Take that opportunity. If there's any song requests you'd like to hear me do, it probably won't be in this stream, but it can be in tomorrow's, for instance. I should have asked. I had about 4 or 5 people chatting with me. Well, I think I did ask. One person seemed like they weren't picky. They're from Bangladesh. They weren't picky about music, and they weren't really giving suggestions. Although they seemed to like the ones of which I said I went to such concerts. I don't know if I still like them as much as I did then. The those performers, and then the other one was asking for hymns, but I couldn't think of any, and I made a joke. What about hers? Were they? But And I don't know if the other two were there at the time. Was Crystal the one? I think she was, and I was not on the ball. Even talking to that guy from Bangladesh, but I may have been after he said it. I may have kind of, I was not holding it strongly in my head, um, but I don't know if she's going to likely see this at this point. But yeah, I think she's the one that I met through Tara. I'm worried that that's gonna. I'll just do that now. But there was something I meant to ask her, and I forgot in the moment. Like I say, I can't guarantee that she's gonna look this far into this video. So I said you could skip ahead, and I think the first time I said that was at like the 9-ish minute mark. But she might prefer to only watch me when I'm live. I don't know. I'm gonna look at my post section later because sometimes she's in there. I mean, part of me doesn't want to make a big deal of it. You know what? I think she was the one that said that she was open to watching me after Tara's video. So about 15 minutes later, as I said, I rolled, and she never showed up, and I rolled for almost an hour. A couple other regulars did, and well, one's more of a regular than the other, more often on them, but yeah. I don't want to make a big thing of it, but I am kind of curious what happened. She didn't mention it, so maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. But she also said she had some song ideas for me, so like I don't have a lot of energy right now anyway, but it'd be handy to know what those are soon. You know what? Actually, I shouldn't expect her to be watching anyway because it's about 1 or 2 a.m. where she's at, I believe. And if she sleeps during the night, you know, pretty solidly, then that's what she's doing. And my Bangladesh friend, I mean, some people are night owls, but probably close to, I don't know the exact time difference, but I have a feeling it actually might not be that far from ours. But I have a feeling it's probably, I would say past 6 or 7 a.m. probably, but probably not past noon. So he could do it in, but he might be in class. College University. So, I don't remember what it means. Ooh, I'm going to have to plug this in soon. I don't know if my friend Crystal has noticed those horse pictures. Because she's quite into horses and owns horses. Hopefully she got her horse that got away tonight from its enclosure. But it might not be super obvious. Plus she's watching me and typing to me and stuff. So I don't even know if she heard me say what my dad did for work. What's the face again? Like I said, I think at least once or twice you heard me say it. That's about how much it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. For all very similar items with no guarantee on. You know, it's yeah. Anyway, nothing we can do about it now. I know one thing I thought to do, but he probably won't be happy about it. It'd be like pressuring them. But some of them seem interested. So. Well, at this point, I should wrap up because I have to plug this in. I don't know if it's going to go wonky when I do so. It may or may not. And I don't have a lot of. I won't have a lot of time to wrap it up in a few moments because I won't like as far as to say anything for that. I'll keep this posted, I think, because it is one of the shorter ones, which might be uh, more um, intriguing to some. And I think that there was at least two or three things said that, you know, could be worthwhile to either know and or have a conversation about in the comments. So, yeah. So, in the next 15 minutes, actually possibly sooner because this is actually really needing to be plugged in. So, I will say take care. The screen is dimmed.